Imagine two cities locked in a rivalry so fierce, it shaped the very foundations of Western civilization. One city prized freedom, art, and democracy. The other, discipline, strength, and military power. This wasn't just a war, it was a battle of ideas, of politics, of two visions for how society should be built. And when Athens and Sparta clashed, the world would never be the same. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll see how their rivalry still echoes in our politics and lives today. Let's rewind to ancient Greece. Around the 5th century BCE, Athens and Sparta weren't just cities, they were powerhouses, leading to completely different worlds. Athens sat on the coast, a naval power, open to trade, philosophy, and culture. They invented democracy, where citizens could vote and debate in the assembly. Sparta, on the other hand, was a landlocked military state. Boys were trained from childhood to be warriors. Discipline and obedience were everything. While Athens was busy building temples like the Parthenon, Sparta was sharpening spears. This wasn't just a difference in lifestyle, it was a clash of ideologies. Freedom versus order, debate versus discipline, democracy versus oligarchy. After defeating the mighty Persian Empire in the Peloponnesian Wars, Athens rose to glory. They created the Delian League, an alliance of Greek city-states meant to defend against Persia. But here's the twist, Athens slowly turned this alliance into its own empire. Tributes poured in, building their navy and funding cultural wonders like drama, philosophy, and architecture. For many Greeks, Athens became the shining star of civilization. But for Sparta, it looked like Athens was becoming too powerful, too arrogant. Meanwhile, Sparta remained suspicious of outsiders. Their society was built entirely on military strength. Citizens trained constantly, and slaves known as helots did all the farming. The Spartan government was an oligarchy, ruled by a few elders and two kings. Freedom of speech? Forget it. Discipline was survival. To Spartans, Athens' democracy looked weak. They believed endless debate only made people soft. So, you see the tension building. Athens thought Sparta was brutal and backward. Sparta thought Athens was soft and corrupt. In 431 BCE, the cold rivalry finally exploded into the Peloponnesian War. Athens used its navy to dominate the seas. Sparta used its army to crush cities on land. The war dragged on for decades, with betrayals, shifting alliances, and devastating plagues. At one point, a deadly plague struck Athens, killing thousands, including their great leader Pericles. Athens kept pushing, even launching a disastrous invasion of Sicily, where they lost almost everything. Finally, with help from Persia, Sparta built a navy strong enough to defeat Athens at sea. In 404 BCE, Athens surrendered. The dream of democracy had been shattered. Sparta may have won, but victory came at a cost. Their harsh rule didn't last, and within a few decades, they too fell to new rising powers. Yet the clash between Athens and Sparta left a permanent mark. Athens gave us the idea of democracy, philosophy, and culture. Sparta gave us lessons in discipline, endurance, and loyalty. It's like two sides of the same coin. Freedom and order, creativity and discipline. Even today, the rivalry echoes in politics. Every modern nation struggles with the same balance Athens and Sparta faced. How much freedom do we allow? How much discipline do we enforce? Do we value debate, or do we prize strength? Athens versus Sparta isn't just ancient history, it's a mirror of our own world. The clash of Athens and Sparta wasn't just a war, it was a battle of ideas that shaped civilization. So next time you think about democracy, strength, or freedom, remember, it all began with two rival cities in ancient Greece. If you enjoyed this journey into history, don't forget to subscribe for more stories that uncover the battles, mysteries, and legends that built our world.